Yes, everyone, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson, and this is United Review. Manchester United 4, Norwich City 0. How good is that? How good is winning fucking football games? Mint. Absolutely mint. Get your questions in. I'll be going to the questions. I'll be coming over to the Patreon group as well. There was a little bit of a update on what's going on with transfers dropped in there last night. Hopefully all of you have seen that, and if you've not, well, there's still plenty of time to come and join for that and the extra content. And also, you just reminded me, Cameron, can you upload the podcast from yesterday once I've done it here, please? Because I absolutely forgot. Why have I not spoke about Bruno Fernandes? We were talking about him all on the Stretford Paddock Watch Along just then, so have been talking about the guy. There's plenty to talk about, but let's get talking about the match today. I thought today United played a little bit to our potential. Which is difficult to do when you've got such a young team, because there's always going to be inconsistencies with young players. That's just the nature of the way the game goes. But I thought today we just looked very, very good. We just looked on another level to Norwich, and we should. We should look on another level to Norwich because they're bottom of the motherfucking league. So it was good to see, at least anyway. Marcus Rashford getting another couple of goals. Let's have a look at some of the stats from him today, because I thought he was absolutely outrageous. So pass completion is what it is. For a forward, it's always going to be a little bit down. 4 take-ons, and how good were some of them take-ons? Oh my God. 3 shots, 2 goals, attacking third passes. That's where it's all falling down for him there by the looks of that. Now on 19 goals, 5 assists, 24 goal involvements in January. He's on for an absolute record-breaking season, isn't he? Ben Holland says, game is irrelevant. Well, it's literally not irrelevant. It literally means that we get points. So there's his shots. Obviously, the one from wide was the one that didn't go in. That was saved. And the 2 that he managed to put away. Absolutely wicked. 24 goal involvements for him. We've got now Tony Marshall on 11. And Mason Greenwood now on 9 goals. Absolutely spiffing. I didn't know what I was going to say then. I'm really happy with the game, really happy with the performances. Brandon, again, I thought, showing exactly why he starts for Manchester United over Luke Shaw. He is the better defender, as I've been saying for months. I didn't think everybody was fully on board with that until maybe about a week ago or so. Hopefully now it's just completely obvious for everybody that this is the best fullback at Manchester United. Getting into the box again, winning another penalty. You don't even see Luke Shaw doing that, let alone actually being successful at doing that. Absolutely brilliant. Trying to think. I also thought Lindelof saw him directing traffic today, as well as Maguire, and solid performance from the 2 midfielders, Matic and Fred. Juan Mata, absolutely rolling back the years today. Absolutely rolling back the years. A couple of assists, really knitting up play together really nicely, which is why I think that we're probably looking to have someone like Bruno Fernandes brought in, because of what he can offer in that final third, because that is something that we've totally lacked. Someone that's got that ability. And I like Bruno Fernandes because he plays a quick ball. He plays it early. Like I've seen a lot of people saying about Mason, he shoots early. He shoots, he doesn't dwell on it, he doesn't have to take his time. He gets in and he shoots early, doesn't he? So I see that in Bruno Fernandes, and one of the issues United have had over the years is slow play, slow moving through the thirds, and Bruno Fernandes is the opposite of that. He's very quick with it, and I like that. So no one's getting totally giddy here. We just enjoyed it after. We are inconsistent and we've had some shite results of late. So to have a positive result, I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to be unapologetically happy about my football team winning. I don't know where this whole fucking negative mentality came from with people, but I'm going to actually fucking enjoy watching my football team win. And yeah, there you go. Adeleke says, Shaw is better than Williams. All right, mate. Which video was the one Stephen talked about our transfer system, like how Ollie and Scouts and Ed Wood would have a vote? I can't remember, mate, but I've been talking about it for ages. When we have roadblock and possession, we need Mata in the team. Agree. Yeah, I totally agree. My issue with what we was doing was, who did we go and play? We played Juan Mata away after playing him at home, and you're like, we wasn't going to have... we was going to be probably counter-attacking in that game. It just didn't seem like the right game. And that's what issues with me. But also it is, obviously down to what personnel you've got available. We don't really have a ton of people at the moment. Alex in the comments there says, do I agree with Ollie's post-match comments about taking 3 steps forward and 1 step back, or is that a bit too positive? I think he's correct. That is what we've been doing. We do take a few steps forward and then we do fuck it up a little bit. So, yeah, he's probably right, and I'm hoping that that's down to the inconsistency of youngsters. I'm hoping that he sees a way to improve that with better footballers. It's not going to be like that forever, I hope. Mr. Kipling, Mata is perfect for those type of games where the opponents just aim to defend. He's the only one we've got at the moment who can unpick the lot. Yeah, and he feels a lot older than he is. He's only 31, but he feels a lot older than that. Adam, Brandon Williams is the first player in a long time you can see really loves dishing out that crunching tackle. Oh, yeah, totally. Is the Bruno thing real? Yeah, I think so. I think it is. I think there's a lot in that's real. This time around, there was absolutely nothing in it in the summer. United was saying this is just not happening, and then I think there's something in it this time around. Greenwood 10 goals, 4 assists in 12 senior appearances. Goal contribution is every 92 minutes, says Lewis. Oof, now that is fucking good, innit? Now, what do you think Mbappe would be doing in the Premier League? Would he be doing significantly better than that? I don't think he'd be doing significantly better than that. Ross Murphy with a super chat. He says, get Bruno and maybe Sancho, and our attack is immense. I'd be surprised if he got that. I think it's going to be 2 midfielders still. I really do. I kind of hope it's 2 midfielders. Yeah, I really do. Right, I'm going to head over to the Patreon group and see what all the questions are for the review in there. So let's see what you guys are saying. Who's the greatest player in the Premier League, says Luke. You on one. Maple Syrup Merchant says, what do we have to do to play that every game? I think we have to play Norwich every game. I really do. I do think it is Norwich that we have to play. Any poor performances today? Not that I can think of. Can I remember the last time Shaw won us a pen? No. How important was Mata today? Vital. Rory says, Brandon cemented at this stage. I think the fact that he's now played consecutive games means he's cemented, but his performance in those games, yes. Was nice to have a left back. Give a fuck and do something meanable. Yeah. Gomez playing. Does that mean he's staying? What we saying? The word on the street is that he might be playing more regularly. My take on that is that there might have been some movement with his contract, but I don't have the confirmation of that at this second. But if he's going to be featuring more regularly, there may be something in that. So if I know, Patreon group, you'll be first to find out as soon as we know that, but we don't have the confirmation of that at the moment. Just that there is some expectation he's probably going to be featuring a bit more frequently going forward. Is Rashford injured? Yeah, he got a knock against City. Or he had a knock going into the City game. I mean, he looked great tonight. I mean, look, some of those one-on-one skills were just fucking raw, weren't they, tonight? Absolutely mint. Matt, do I think Ollie will start to set up teams in correlation with the opponent's tactics, low block or possession base? Now, Mata has shown the ability to break down these teams, isn't anywhere near as impactful on the counter-attack. I hope so, because we should set up teams. Like, we aren't good enough. Like, I'm watching Liverpool 0-0 currently here with Tottenham. Liverpool have currently got that ability, and I also think City have got that ability to almost, not entirely, but almost disregard 90% of their opposition and just turn up knowing that what they do as a plan A is going to work. We do not. We really do not, as Trent Alexander-Arnold nearly give away a goal again there. Who's the second best left-back in the world after Brandon Williams? Don't know. Ahmad says, what we learned so far is Andreas can play against crap teams. Williams first choice. We need 2 midfielders and a target forward for those 0-0 games. I think it will be a little bit of a case of that, to be honest with you, yeah. Another brace for Marcus. Do I think he'll reach 30 goals this season? I've been trying to pour water on it thinking 2025. He's on 19, isn't he now? Yeah. Right, well, he's fucking scoring 20, isn't he, unless he gets injured. So, 25? I mean, he could have 20 by the end of the month. Let's being fucking perfectly real. And 25 could come before the end of February. The way he's going. 30 goals is not... I mean, I think he can score 30 goals. Will he? We don't know. But I think if he did score 30 goals, that would... When was the last time someone scored 30? Did Van Persie get 31 in 2013? I think he got 31, didn't he? RVP. Fucking hell. Right, so if RVP won us a league with 31... What's fucking Rashbeck doing there on 30? Some fucking respect needs to be fucking given out. And he wasn't playing it with Rooney and fucking Scholes and all them lot. How good was it to see Harry Maguire talk one-on-one to each of the young scorers? The captain we've been craving? Possibly. What's the odds of media say Ollie was at Old Trafford today to scout Todd Campbell? Fucking brilliant. I've slagged off Matic constantly, but since he's come back to the side, I haven't really seen anything bad from him. Thoughts on his performances recently? Yeah, I totally agree. I think what probably happened with Matic is he was injured, he had a World Cup, he had no rest, and he was played week in, week out, regardless of what was going on for Jose. And I think Ollie played him possibly injured a few times as well. And then he disappeared, and he disappeared for the longest time. Since then, he has come back into the team, and you know what? He's been a genuinely top calming influence. I'm not just looking at what he's doing, and I will on my hands up and say, yes, Joe, I was probably wrong on him, and he has been great. But what I will say is, it makes me think, what would a genuinely top, world-class midfielder with legs do right now? Someone that was proper box-to-box, or even that just sat deep and held like that. Yeah, I would. I'm very excited for what someone could bring us in, although I don't know if we are going to bring anybody in like that. What do I think of the Woodward chants? Very loud. Well, yeah, fine. That's what everyone's there to do. Everyone's there to let it be known. You know, we aren't happy with the ownership, and we aren't happy with the way Woodward's run this. You know, I see a lot of things. My favourite book, Soccernomics, greatest book that's ever been written about football ever. The only correlation that you see with spend to performance is on wages. Interesting. Right, Patreon group, we might have an update for you guys later. The only correlation that you see to spend is spend on wages. Generally equates to a team being the best in a league. Now, we're clearly not seeing that with United, which means that there's some serious mismanagement involved. Transfer spend does not always equate to success, but wages, the average correlation definitely is. What's this one? That was absolutely mint. How good was Mata? And that's why you've got to keep players like that around in the squad. You can't just have 11 players in your team. You do need a squad. Can I please give Brandon some abuse after that miss? Yes. Surely Marcus is top 5 players in the league. I think he's in the conversation. I don't know off the top of my head how I'd rank him. For me, De Bruyne is the best player in the English Premier League. After that, what is it? Brandon Williams or Marcus, probably. We don't need a creative player after Mata's performance today, right? No. We do. Mata cannot play week in, week out. And Mitz is saying the same thing. Shut the fuck up, Mitz. Hugh Janus says, look like we tried a new corner tactic for Mata's goal. Anything to do with that new coach? Well, he's a goalkeeping coach, so I wouldn't have thought so. But let's say, yeah. Isaac Lance, seeing how the defence held their own and the attack looked like they were toying with Norwich, how good could we look with an all-action midfield? Know what I mean? I agree, yeah, very good. Marcus's number one fan says, was the fluid front line, Jesus, that's a hard one, or individual brilliance that helped break Norwich down? Combination of both, I think. Marcus was taking body zone. It was brilliant. What's your gut feeling on the Bruno rumours? How does he fit into our team, i.e. formations and positioning, as a 10 or a midfield 2 who wants CDM? I think you get the best out of him in a midfield 3 with a 6 behind him. For me, he replaces Pogba. And I'm going to I might be able to shoot it today. It probably won't be. It might be a Monday one. But I'm hoping to be able to shoot something where we talk about how I see that happening, and 5 transfers that I reckon are going to turn United into a bit of a force to be reckoned with. So we'll see on that one. Lucky Tiger, how good was it to see the team having a good first half and then continuing to play well in the second? We have to remember the opposition, but I'm never going to moan about watching a winning performance. How would I play Pogba and Fernandes in the same team? Bruno Fernandes, he may maybe we will score from a through ball. Bruno Fernandes is all about the through ball. That is his thing. That is what he does. We scored from a corner. Yeah, we absolutely did score from a corner. Just Instabot, Soccernomics, Amazon affiliate, it, my man. I probably should, shouldn't I? I do talk about it enough. Although, to be fair, they'll be going. Bav says, guys on the Patreon, is the transfer news only available to people who are active on the Discord channel? It doesn't work like that. There's obviously been some stuff that's been having to be brought in because people were actively leaking the information. But if you go into the comments, into the description, there is a link, and then there's a whole how it all works right on there on Patreon before you sign up. So everyone should be well aware of what the crack is. Shout out to Soccernomics. Reddit, thanks to you guys. It's a great book. Can you buy the book on Amazon? Yes, you can. Milinkovic, Savic and Bruno Fernandes. Oh, I would love that, mate. I would absolutely love that. We need to sign top players with enough squad players. I'm not sure, I think Chris Wilder and previously we've seen other managers prove you can do real good bits. I mean, even that Liverpool midfield, that's not top players. That's really functional midfield that play to a certain system. Matic is looking for a sale. It could also be that. That's a very good point. Greenwood equals Batistuta 2.0. I think we're all going to dub him the new Van Persie because it suits our agendas. Neves can't happen now, but maybe in the summer. I think if we go with Bruno Fernandes, I think you need someone who's a little bit more all action alongside him. I don't think you can go with a couple of what I'm going to call him soft, but I don't really mean soft. I mean a bit more attacking. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, I think you need people that are pure fucking graft if you're going to do that. Rashford 35 goals this season, says Callum. Do you know what? That's outrageous. That's an outrageous season, isn't it? Anyone who can get 35. Who? Rashford. Rashford was just a precaution, supposedly. You can only choose between Van der Beek or Neves. Who would I sign to partner Bruno? Neither of those two. I go with like Sal Niguez or Milinkovic Savic. I go a bit harder. We need to get a deep playmaker to get the ball to Fernandes. Yes and no. I think he is the playmaker. I don't think he's going to play as a number 10. I could be wrong, but I don't think he'll play as a number 10. Do I have any idea who the guy is covering his face coming into Carrington? It wasn't a signing. Like, trust me on this one, it wasn't a signing. Realistic league finish for us this season if we don't recruit this window. If we don't recruit this window, 5th is probably the best we'll get. If we do recruit, I do think we can get in the top 4. Pretty confident of that. Right then, I am going to leave it there, but thank you guys for tuning in as usual. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. We've got loads of content coming out on this channel and also on Stretford Paddock, where you'll find me quite regularly. And if you're interested in what the Discord and Patreon group is all about, the link is in the description below. Go and check it out and have a read up for yourself, and then make a informed adult decision rather than just fucking inventing things. Right, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in a bizzle. Laters.